In the future.
Absolutely.
So you're not wrestling right now, right?
No, SummerSlam was my last day. There was one day after that at Raw, and my contract was up, and I decided to take some time away.
How come?
Just 15 years, I was fortunate enough to A, never get hurt, B, work full time. So physically I needed a break, and mentally, most importantly, I needed a break. I needed to get away and just recharge and work on some other things that I wanted to work on. My band Fozzy, working on some stuff out in Los Angeles, acting-wise, and spend more time at home with my wife and my son, which was the most important thing.
Tell us about Fozzy.
Fozzy, well, it's the band that I started 6 years ago, and 3 records later, we've been doing some international touring. People are really getting into us overseas. We've been in England 4 times this year, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, Australia. We did a tour of Eastern Canada. We're playing Toronto tonight.
And you're a credible band, right? I mean, you're out there to entertain. Because when you're a star the way you are in wrestling, you can cross over and you can have some appeal immediately. People will go to see what you do because you're Chris Jericho. But, you know, halfway through a concert, they're not buying the Chris Jericho thing.
Well, that's the thing. It helps the band and it hurts the band that I'm Chris Jericho from the WWE. Because a lot of people don't know this band can't possibly be any good. But when you hear the music and see the band, you realize that it doesn't matter if I'm a butcher, a baker, or a candlestick maker. It's either good music or it's not. And people are realizing, I think they're pleasantly surprised when they find out how good the band is and how good our songs are.
If people want to hear you over the next couple of days, I know you've been touring. You're in Southern Ontario. Tell me where you are.
Yeah, we're in Toronto tonight at the Opera House. And then tomorrow we play in London, I believe at the Embassy it's called. And that'll be the end of our Canadian tour. And then we hit the States for a couple weeks.
Could you give up wrestling? You know, there's a lot of guys who may say they could, and then there's other guys who go, no, the sport is going to have to give up on me. I'm never walking away. Could you give it up if you found the right combination of other stuff?
I'm not intending to give it up, but if something came up where I couldn't resist, I could not turn it down, I could walk away from wrestling knowing that I'd accomplished everything and more than I ever wanted
If you walked away from wrestling, you'd be walking away with great hair, I got to say.
Well, there you go. That's the thing. It's funny because I drove past the Skydome today and I was thinking, man, WrestleMania 18, I headlined WrestleMania at the Skydome in front of 68,000 people.